to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone's present. Minutes from last meeting.
Look good to me.
Look good to me. Move to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor, raise your hand. That's everybody. Oops, I left my pen.
Over here.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. There you go. This is the A.
Yep, he said to just send that through for you guys as well.
Yep. I think the last time, maybe it was when Ryan was helping out, we didn't sign that, I think.
Oh,
But I don't think you had it, I don't think he gave it to you to have a sign.
What was it?
The payroll docket.
Oh yeah, you didn't have that one for me, yeah.
Alright, Ryan, you have any updates for us?
Yeah, a couple things before I let Ben go at it. Just so you guys are aware, the project for the bridge on Woodburn Road came through. They didn't give a date of, still no date of anything. Just had to fill out the work plan or whatever, let us know basically let them know we had something in the way. I think we discussed that several years ago. Like in 2023 maybe is when they originally were working on that project, but it just came back out. I sent the same paperwork back in that we do have something in the way. They do not have the easement to the north side yet. So they're still working on that to be able to move all the utilities that are on the north out of the way. Because they're extending the north side out for a potential future trail.
Yeah.
So the south side with our water was supposed to be good at the time. It still looked like it was fine, but it was the north side with the sewer. Are forced me not to be relocated. So, but nothing we can do until they finalize plans of what they've got. So.
Okay, so will we have to get any right of way to move it, or it'll all be the county getting it for us?
Yeah, the county's getting it all for us. So at least that's my assumption. I guess I'm assuming that I'm assuming that's what their plan is, because cable and everybody's got to move their stuff on that north side. I think AEP's got to move their stuff on that side too.
Okay.
Because AEP did not have right of way either. It was the counties. So yeah.
Cool.
So that's the game plan. And then I got a second one for 101 heading towards out of town to the west. They're doing that bridge also, which is right where the railroad underneath are, like our last house in the city limits. Then there's that ditch.
Yeah.
Okay.
The state highways sound like they're just relining that and up towards the railroad track, and they're relining that portion too. So we do have a water line that's in there, but I don't think we're going to be in the way of the project. So just so you got a heads up on that too. We do have a water line underneath the south side of that road. So
They're just redoing the bridge.
everything I read for the plans is like they're just relining the pipe that's underneath that
It's
bridge.
just a metal culvert pipe, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're probably gonna make it plastic. They're gonna reline the pipe. So yeah, they'll put PVC up underneath it. So I've seen them do it several other places around. I'm assuming that's what it looked like they were doing. So, but I did send it into them too that we had a water line that was there. So.
Okay.
Just a heads up on that, and then I know Ben came tonight. I sent you guys the water, all the water stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot there.
There was a lot. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing.
Wow. Yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
a lot.
a lot of that is what I know the water tower was the big hit that we knew we were looking at, but these guys went and did a whole full blown 20-year style plan of what we want to keep in mind as a city, as the city grows. Obviously we got the utilities got to grow with it, so. with that, I'll let Ben take over. I can keep going.
You keep going, you want, right? It's fine.
I'll let him take over. There's several, Natalie put that together. You guys probably did as you guys were driving because they got it pretty quick. But only a few things that I would have changed,
Yeah,
but most of that was
a
pretty,
few things in your comments I saw.
yeah, were more necessity. Some of this was upsizing some pipes and that, that they are needed. I mean, there's no doubt about it, so.
Right, right.
Well, 1964 and a lot of them, right?
Yeah. So.
Well, and just when we got done with the review meeting last Monday, guys, what the mayor had asked us to do at the time was he said, hey, can you sort of there's all these different options. Can you sort of formulate a list, and that is more immediate needs or what we think we could need in the next, 5 years versus what stuff that's only going to occur if there's significant growth in the city. So, I mean, when we looked at the population trends and everything else, and, we also looked at even BF Goodrich connecting, maybe someday, and who knows if that had ever happened, but if certain dominoes start to fall, then some of the stuff that we label as future needs would come into play at some point in time. But whether or not that's, 10 years, 15 years, or even 20 years, hard for me to crystal ball that, but, and so to that end, we put together a one-pager that was sort of immediate needs, future needs, and the immediate needs stuff we looked at was obviously the new tower, because you needed the new tower just based on the current existing conditions. So we would be tearing down the tower that's right over here in the city and replacing it with a much larger tower. So that was the sort of the driver of the whole study, really. But after we met in January too to review things sort of preliminarily. And at the time, Ryan was like, well, hey, we also probably need to do some work over at the Woodland Tower because it's now 20 years old, 25 years old. And yeah, well, I thought the same thing, but it had, they had it, you guys had it inspected a couple years ago, and there was a bunch of sort of safety stuff, OSHA stuff,
Standards have changed, correct?
yeah, standards have changed, so they want you to upgrade some of the bells and whistles associated with some of the equipment on the tower. But in addition to that, we looked at, having it repainted, recoated as well. So we threw that in there. When we did the original study, and when we talked about this back in January, we also talked about Havenwood Forest and the fact that the water line and system within that addition was not really up to code. Very small water lines, zero fire protection. There is a couple of hydrants that you guys have added when you extended water to take over the utility years ago. But inside the addition, there's 2-inch water lines. I mean, it's stuff's woefully undersized. So we looked at replacing that with a brand new sort of distribution system that would beef things up, provide fire protection. So there's a cost associated with that. One of the things we dug into that we added to the thing was there was a couple of sections of old 4-inch tri-cast iron main in town. It was very small pieces of it, but we thought that stuff probably ought to get upsized and rehabilitated too. And then we had looked and discussed a loop out at the industrial park to run down Mommy Center and then come back in on the north side and come down the main drag there. And Ryan had already told me that from the entrance drive to the industrial park to Mommy Center to, Love's, that main was old. Well, I don't know if it's that old, but it's prone to breaks.
Yeah, from Romer Drive to Mommy, that one there.
Yeah. So we had we tore that out and kept it as a standalone, but Ryan said put that back in, but really those numbers were contained within
The other one. Yeah, I knew
so
that.
it really didn't change.
Yeah, I knew they were up there. Yeah.
So we looked at that, and then we also looked at a water softening alternative at the plant. So in addition to the plant, softening would be added, and it would help improve water quality in the city significantly, I think. From what I think, I know your water is relatively hard and probably hard to
Very
deal
much
with.
so.
Yeah, so anyway, when you do the math and all that, total project costs, and this is both construction as well as soft costs, engineering, bonding, the whole 9 yards, it's about 9.5 million. And what I guess I'm asking tonight is for you guys to say, is this the project you want me to submit on for funding? Keeping in mind that 9.5 is a lot, it's a big project. You guys could always scale back, assuming rate impact was significant if you didn't get the right money. But you could always throw your hat in the ring for the whole thing, for the 9.5, see where the chips fall. How this works now is you guys will submit this document at the end of March. It's technically due by the end of April 1st. But we usually try to get it in by March 31. But they then, SRF takes all the applications for funding, all the PRs, they rank and score them based upon affordability criteria, based upon your rates, based upon the median household income in the area, based upon other projects that are similar. And you're ranked then on what's called a project priority list. At that time, you'll sort of see where you guys land with respect to other communities that have submitted on similar projects, similar water projects. And you'll either fall within a range that's what they consider fundable, because the SRF folks only have so much money to dole out every year. I've been told that this year they're gonna have more money than they normally do, so maybe that's a good thing. Fundable range might get bigger, so that's a better opportunity for Woodburn to actually get funded. And if you fall within the fundable range, generally what happens is they tend to, the SRF folks have a pot of grant money that they sort of then dole out amongst the folks that fall within the fundable range. And so there could be an opportunity for grant funding through them. They don't actually call it grant monies, they call it a forgivable loan. So grant is a bad word to say revolving loan, folks. However, a forgivable loan is the same as free money because they make you sign loan paperwork and then it's just forgiven. So I don't know why they do that, but that's how they do it. But this list won't come out until July of this calendar year. And SRF's fiscal year runs from July 1st of 26 through June 30th of 27. So assuming you guys were funded, assuming they wanted to move forward with the project here, and assuming you guys did too, you guys would then have to get everything ready and out to bid and under contract by sometime within that fiscal year. So once you hear back in July, you'll have to move either fast or slow depending on where you rank on the list. Even if the city falls outside of the fundable range, there's still an opportunity to get monies to do a project that's just called their pooled fund program. So they also, let's just say for instance, they have 150 million to spend on water and sewer every year. Well, they get requests every year for like $1 billion. And some cities like Fort Wayne and the bigger cities, Gary, Indianapolis, they ask for like $100 million. So there's no way for them to fund those big cities plus everybody else. So what they end up doing is they say, okay, who's all ready to do a project in any given fiscal year? And then they sort of lump them all together and take all the big cities and lump all their money together, and then they'll take out a bond for like $250 million, $300 million to fund those projects. And so you guys could also be included in that pot of money too. You just have to let them know that, hey, despite the fact that we didn't fall within the fundable range, we still need to do a project and or want to do a project. And so we'd like to get into the pooled program. And your financial consultant knows all about that. I mean, he could help you guys navigate that. I mean, that's not a big deal. But again, the 9.5 is what we think could be the ask. Again, if you guys are okay with the projects that we've set forth, that's what we'll include on the application and send in. Again, at the end of the day, if you only wanted to do the water tower and you only wanted to do maybe some line improvements in town, that's also fine, because you could always then say, okay, we know we asked for this, but we're only gonna do a $5 or $6 million deal. And that's also okay. So there's no harm in asking for more money. That's what I'm just trying to say.
So are we asking for them to do a forgivable loan for the entire amount?
They won't do a forgivable loan for the entire amount, Joe. So no matter what, there's gonna be some loan component to it at the end of the
Because
day.
I remember when we went through SRF before, we got a certain amount of money from the state as a forgivable loan for
We did, yes. And one other thing too, I'll say, they've changed the program a little bit since you guys did the original project when we did the treatment plant expansion. And it used to be their program was a 20-year term, no ifs, ands, or buts. And for the plant project, that made sense because wastewater plants are, it's a harsh environment, things wear out and break over time. The concrete of the treatment facility is gonna last for a long, long time. The components of the treatment plant will need to be rehabilitated and replaced in a shorter length of time. And so now they'll do you can conceivably qualify for 2 separate loans, one of which would be what I'll call a 20-year term that would be for I would call short-lived assets, whereas the other term that will now max out to 35 years for stuff that's gonna be like for pipe. If you guys are gonna do a big water line project with pipe in the ground, that's gonna last for like 75, 100 years. So they'll do a 35-year loan for those types of components. So we would just have to look at the stuff associated with the ask, determine what's long-lived versus short-lived, and then you could take out a longer-term loan on stuff that's gonna be around for a long time. So that also can help mitigate rate impact too. It's been tremendous in certain communities just because you can take out the term so much farther. So that's really, I guess, what I need to know, that's,
Yeah.
What do we wanna really go for, and we can, finalize the paperwork and send everything in.
So they might come back and say, we'll fund this much of it. And at that point, even after they say that, we can still say, well, we only wanna do this much of a project.
That's correct.
Would they reduce that amount then, or is it, they just,
It just depends on what you would get in terms of grant, assuming you got grant at all.
okay.
Now the one thing I will say, because I know this is sort of where I think you're angling, Joe. Let's just say, for instance, they said, well, we have the money to help you guys do the full, whatever, $9.5 million. And we'll give you X amount of grant dollars, the rest is gonna be a loan. Some of it could be 20, some of it could be 35 a year. You guys could still then pursue other funding opportunities like Okra. You could ask, for money, or you could pledge the revenues from a TIF district. There could be any number of ways financially to pay back whatever kind of financing you got at the end of the day. So they wouldn't care if, let's just say, they said you could have the whole 9.5, but you said, well, in the interim or before we close on our funding, we managed to come up with $2.5 million on our own or whatever. They would just, work the numbers so that they would only loan you X at the end of the day. So
we'd figure out how much we're gonna have to pay, and that doesn't matter to them how we're gonna pay our portion.
correct.
We can figure that out later.
Yeah, we've had, I had a community just here recently that got it was a $4 million project. They ended up getting a couple million as forgivable monies from SRF just because it was an extremely small and poor community. They got an Okra grant, they got a grant from the county, and then the redevelopment commission gave them another $250 grand at the end of the day. And so their loan amount kept getting smaller and smaller, but they managed to keep all the other good grant money. So there's any number of ways to skin this cat, I think, but the initial step is the ask for the initial monies.
If we take this money and we have to do what's on there, what we asked for.
Pretty much, Kevin, within reason. That's not to say that something else couldn't have cropped up between now and then, or maybe a line, there was an emergency thing you wanted to get done. But generally speaking, yes, the projects that we set forth are the projects you'll do. And I will say this, under the future stuff, that's all still included in the funding document, so they would look at that too. So if one of those things popped or whatever, you could always do that as well. But it's mostly stuff that you've documented as a need and that you have in the funding document. So I will say this, if you did the whole, let's just say you did a project, the other side of the coin is this. If you did a whole project and there was 500 grand left over at the end of the project because, bids came in good, or, you saved money on the construction somehow, that money then could be used for something else. You would just have to go through an amendment process with the SRF folks to get them to agree to let you use that money for something else. So that's also happened too. And it can even be something else that's not documented within the PER.
So on the immediate needs, the new water tower is replacing the one over here, correct?
And the future one is, is,
The future one, if you had all sorts of growth and you exceeded the demand, and quite honestly, and we ran through this when we reworked the PER, at some point in time, not only would you need a new, bigger tower in the future, but you would also need a bigger treatment facility. So there was also that cost that was new.
I say we go for the 9.5.
yeah, I do.
I was thinking the same thing. Quick question though, one of the pictures that I looked at showed installing a tank and deconstructing the tower at Woodland. What?
That was the future,
correctly?
that was the future one
Okay.
we would need out at the school. But if there's another figure, Joe, that shows the old tank here, that's the same thing. We show the new tower being constructed almost immediately adjacent to the old tower. The new tower would get up and done and finished and tested. We would then activate it, deactivate the old tank and tear it down. So, and trust me, they go down a heck of a lot easier than they go up. Just throwing that out there. Takes like a day.
We should have YouTube videos.
Well, it'd be interesting, I'd love to watch that.
So, but
So, I know I brought this up a couple years ago, but could we sell it? Or isn't there a value there? I know when Goodrich removed their water tower, they sold it to the town of Ossian
oh, did they? And
That
it was
was-
reconstructed it?
30, 40 years ago.
Right. I don't know how often that's done, Mark, anymore, but
You
that's
know,
not to
a
say.
small community that's looking for, this one's old.
Yeah.
That one's not. How old is this? 1960?
Well, this is, yeah,
1964.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possibility. I think it's probably more likely scrap, but what do I know? I do think I remember something about that with Ossian. So.
I can imagine the cost to move the sucker would be awful
Yeah,
expensive.
Well, and keep in mind too, it's a pretty small tank. I mean, it would have to be a pretty small community that would need it, but anyway, it's not something we couldn't consider, so.
It's gonna be quite a different look going from 100,000 to 500,000.
It really is, you're gonna be surprised,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
They did it years ago, the one that I see most often, just cause I drive by it periodically, was in Huntertown at Cedar Canyons Road at Lima.
wow.
They had an old, very small tank that was like a 75,000 gallon tank, that's now a 500,000 gallon tank,
Huge.
Yeah,
so.
I do remember little big tank sitting out there.
Yeah.
Little big tank right there, and that's huge.
So, well, that's really all I needed. I mean, you guys, and again, this is just the funding ask. You're not really deciding on anything other than that today. And depending on how the funding comes in and how you guys score, you guys can pick and choose then and cherry pick. So, there's that.
So you'll have documents for me to, for us to approve.
I
When
would
that time
like for
comes.
you to sign the application and the AMP certification tonight.
So he did send the one.
Did he sign the one?
Yeah. It's probably still sitting back. Did you put it in my box? It's probably still sitting back here.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah, that's all I need, Joe. And
Stuck it in there like 2 weeks ago.
there's one other thing too that I'm gonna need you to sign, Joe, and that's a cover letter that's on Woodburn's letterhead.
Okay.
That basically says you're applying for
This
the
one?
money. Yeah. That's perfect. Natalie gave it to me again, just in case.
Oh.
But-
I didn't get, he did sign it that day. I stood it back there and I didn't.
No, that's totally, the other one is the certification that you guys have a documented asset management plan. So I'd like you to sign that too.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't provided that final document to Ryan yet, but it's almost complete. I should have it in a day or two.
What's that?
The AMP, the asset management plan
Oh,
for water. All that's saying is you guys have complied with the SRF rules on the asset management planning, and you're certifying that's complete, which it will be. I just figured I'd try to kill two birds with one stone. So,
So, do you need us to move to agree to?
if
do
you
that?
wanna
Yeah.
move to do it, that
Yeah.
sounds perfectly acceptable to me, and I think it makes sense. Again, it's the AMP certification.
Asset management, for this, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
if you guys wanna move and say you're approving the immediate needs projects for submission, you could say that too.
I'll move to approve the immediate needs of projects certification.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Okay.
And if you sign it, give it to me tonight, Joe, I'll make sure you guys get a copy of everything.
I was gonna ask you, yeah, if you could give me a copy of it.
We'll literally create a PDF and or a drive where we've got all the documents and it'll be via email and I'll send it to you. It'll contain downloadable links to everything. Okay.
So we move tonight to, how about the documents for applying for the,
That's
Just
this.
write so much.
okay,
This is the SRF application.
okay, and that's what I signed.
That's what you
Okay,
signed
yeah, okay,
already.
got it, yeah,
Okay.
that's right. That's what I signed already. Alright, so you're going to put in all the stuff and then, until we get to the point of no return, when we actually get the money, we can still change and decide different things.
Absolutely. You're not locked into anything just yet.
Okay.
The application's due, April first,
Yeah, correct.
a couple weeks.
Yeah, we have news getting close.
So,
Good, well, hopefully we'll get some money.
good stuff, yeah.
Okay, that's
Steps
all I've got.
forward.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm kind of glad we're at this process finally.
Okay.
Been thinking about it for a while and,
Did you sign that, Joe?
yes, I did.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't, you must have signed it when I wasn't looking. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's perfect, and again, fingers crossed that, you guys score well. I do think you raising rates a couple of years ago will help, because I was looking at that on your website today, so.
Or our flows were pretty insufficient, weren't they?
What's that?
Our flows,
Oh, on the report, oh, yeah, we were great, yeah.
we were minus,
Yeah,
it's like,
it was not good,
I
so.
don't see that.
Well,
I know it, but I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can tell you that most communities of this size, that's about where they stay, it's where like, the major protection is tough.
Well, and you guys have seen some pretty good industry happen here too, in the pretty recent history, where they're bigger water customers now, where it's not just, a bedroom community, it's, you guys have some action going, so.
And we have two places that wanted to locate out here and, they decided against it because after their studies, we couldn't supply enough water to them, so.
Well, this will definitely help, because again, the limiting factor really is the reserve capacity right now. I mean, Ryan he's got a lot of water he can pump and treat. It's just, even that will eventually run out too.
Yeah.
So, once you do the tower project, then the limiting factor will become the plan. So, well, okay, appreciate it, guys, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben, for coming out.
Yeah, that's no problem, you guys are close.
It's kind of
This
risky
is
out
an
there.
easy one for me.
Alright. Anything else, Ryan?
No.
No?
I think it was it.
What do you get anywhere on hiring, finding anybody else?
I haven't got one application,
I saw that on the website too.
not one. They're supposed to be coming to my email. Maybe Kevin's gotten a couple of my that I haven't seen, but yeah, no. Trust me, that's all I've been doing is nonstop locates.
In this weather?
Oh yeah, it's been fun. I said I pretty much located the whole city the last 2 weeks.
That's all you've been doing. Alright, thanks. Chief, you have anything?
I can't top that.
He's looking at the dollar figure.
Oh, yeah, if you got 9.5 million to pass around. No, I ordered the radios that you guys approved a couple meetings ago.
Alright.
And our furnace was replaced last week, so we're good to go on that. And that's all I have.
What about the cameras?
Oh, he's got those on order still.
On order.
I haven't heard anything from you either.
Yeah,
So.
he just called me the other day, I forgot.
I was over there yesterday afternoon, I kept waving at the camera, and I didn't know if you were watching me or not.
Nope.
He had actually got some in and they sent the wrong mounting hardware, so. He had to wait for that stuff to come in.
Good. That's it?
That's it.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Gentleman from the audience here,
Hi there,
how you doing?
I'm Ted McSorley. I had a question for you. I didn't know how all this worked and I happened to be going by and I forgot the meeting when it was and so I just ran in. I live out here across the road from the new truck stop that's going in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To Maumee
Yeah.
Center. And I had a question on I'm not in the city limits yet. And I know you're gonna annex me eventually. Do you have any idea when any of that would occur or happen, or?
An ordinance will be introduced this year. I wasn't going to, my intention was the businesses out there. And if you're willing to annex in, you know, you're gonna be somebody I was gonna ask, so. Since you live there.
I don't have a big problem with being part of the city. The only thing, and I've been talking to a lawyer about my property and all type of stuff, what's gonna happen here. And I would just like to see if I could get something in writing that I wouldn't be affected if I was to sell it off to somebody else. Cause I could sell the property now to, say, a Starbucks or something like that, most likely. And once I'm in the city limits, I know I'm limited in what I can do. And I was told by a friend of mine that's a lawyer that if I could get that in writing, it would be better for me in the long run. If I wanted to sell it to a business, not to have an okay or anything.
That our intention was to annex, is that what you're looking for?
Well, I know your intention, you are gonna annex me eventually. But what I wanted is, once you're in the city limits, then there's other rules. I have to get permission from you guys to sell it, you know, to different businesses or whatever. And I was wondering if I could get something like that in writing that says I'm okay to sell it without your permission if I, you know.
Are
Does that
there
make
any
any
ordinances
sense?
in place for
That
that?
actually would be more through Allen County.
That's the county, yeah,
that'd be
we
the
go through, the city goes through the county
Yeah, 'cause-
on those, yeah.
Cause the county handles all permitting for the city of Woodburn too.
Okay,
So that would be handled at the county whether you're in the city limits or not.
okay, so that really wouldn't affect me then.
Yeah.
Right, the only
Well,
thing
we
we would
already-
do is look at the building plans of the new business, you know, and approve that, you know.
We have the ordinances, which really the ordinances, the only thing that's on there is like strip clubs and stuff like that you can't put out there.
I can
In
make
the-
real
in the-
money then.
Yeah, so, yeah, you can make a lot of money out there now, Ted, so truck stop over there too.
Yeah, truck stop right across the road.
But, yeah, it's really, we don't have any other than that type of stuff. I remember going through all those
Yeah.
ordinances, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that for the industrial park.
You know
Yeah.
me, you know me well enough, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, no,
I know
yeah,
Kevin and Brad and
Yeah.
Brian pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
so, no, you really wouldn't have, for us, there wouldn't be anything that you really couldn't, that you'd wanna sell it
Yep.
to, there wouldn't be any restriction that we would have.
okay, well, see, I wasn't sure about that. I was told that, you know,
The only thing we would do is we'd be presented with whether we wanna approve a zoning change.
Yeah.
That's one thing we would
okay,
approve or disapprove, but other than
yeah,
that.
and most likely I would just have it zoned like everything else. I don't, is that commercial right now all around me?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Your house is probably residential, I would think.
Well, right now it is, but I mean, all around me, cause I got the cold food storage and now the gas station across the street. I didn't know what they actually zoned it at.
Yeah, I think the gas station, all that entire corner is zoned commercial,
So
Um,
mine could actually become commercial.
or industrial, one of the two, yeah. Starbucks would be commercial.
All
I'm not gonna hold my breath for a Starbucks, so.
I was just bringing that
No,
up. I don't have any idea, you know, we really don't even wanna move. It's
Yeah,
just that and Kevin knows, when we built that, 24 wasn't even here. And that was, we moved in there in '03. And I was in the country. And now I'm like on Main Street.
I've been 23 years out there.
I saw you guys at the meeting on video, I was
Oh.
watching it, and I feel for you, you know, because like you said, you moved out in the country and then 24 came through, so.
Well, we like the fact of being close to town,
Mhm.
but now I don't really wanna be in town. I mean, in town's not so bad, but not in the industrial park, and that's what it's turning out to
Yeah.
be.
You're kinda surrounded out there, seems like.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
3 sides right now, and now the 4th side's starting to get covered up too, so.
Right.
Yeah, we really don't have, I can't really sell it as residential, because who would wanna move in
Yeah.
with that surrounding? And I don't know how much it's affected the value of my property, if I'm gonna be screwed over, or if it's actually gonna help me, or what, I haven't really been told either way.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not a real estate guy, but I would guess it'd be good for commercial.
Commercial
development.
wise, it'd be,
Yeah.
property's worth a lot more than it would be
Yeah.
residential.
Yeah. But it's not easy to let go.
No,
Yeah.
no.
We built it as
So
a
you
forever
built
home.
it out there, yeah,
Yeah.
you built
Yeah.
that home.
Brian, he's been in it, he knows.
Yeah, you built that one.
Yeah, I did, me and my father-in-law did most of it, and the reason we're not, I would sell tomorrow, but my wife is stuck on the fact that her dad and I built it, and he's gone.
Yeah.
And, she can't have that anymore, so it's really hard for her to give up.
That's understandable.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to live with her. So,
On that
that,
note,
yeah, that's all I had.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
we're on
we're
video.
on video.
He's watching it right now.
Well, thanks for coming in, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Yeah.
allowing me,
Absolutely.
so.
The only other thing I have is, I sent an email out a couple hours ago, you might not have seen it, but I was asking if one of you would be willing to attend a meeting that I set up with some of the representative from Allen County, next week, next Monday at 1:30, if you guys had time. Which is, we're gonna discuss with Allen County a lot of these projects, and, I thought it would be a good
meeting with Alan.
to have at least one of you there if you can make it.
It could be a Zoom meeting or in person.
We could do it as Zoom, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking about a Zoom meeting
Oh.
earlier, that's what we said.
As far as I know, I should be able to. 23rd, yeah.
Okay.
30.
23rd, 1:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'm assuming, or is
Yep,
it?
here, I'll make it
Okay.
here, yeah.
I'm on vacation that week, so I don't really wanna commit. I don't know, depending on the weather, I might not be in town. If it's 80 degrees and sunny, I probably won't be in Woodburn.
I was gonna say, it's, yeah. I hope it's sunny and warm.
Don't hold your breath.
Oh, you never know, it was 80 degrees 2 days ago.
Yesterday, yeah.
Friend of mine's been trying to get out of Tampa since 6 this morning. She's still at the airport.
A lot of flights
Because there
canceled.
was storms or?
Yeah.
Wow,
My boss is in California, can't get home.
that is wild.
I
Yes.
do have another question.
Yes, sir.
Down the road from that new truck stop, down Maumee Center, is there anything else that's coming up in the plannings for down through there that you can speak of or talk about?
There's nobody that is planning right now, but that whole area is planned to expand up to US 24. And we have had a couple of people inquire about the property. As I mentioned before, they didn't end up coming in because our water, our water's good, but we just didn't have enough for
Yeah, we
them.
can support 'em.
Supply them enough.
Those tracts of land up there it is our plan to help grow that.
So once you get your water supply built up, there may be more stuff coming in down the road from
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And the road will be widened likely
Yeah,
all the way down to the end of the industrial park.
well, I know that they're gonna have to do it right now because that's not heavy enough for the trucks.
Right.
For right now.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'll make sure not to buy any more property down
There you
there.
All right. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything,
I
Kevin?
don't,
Okay.
no.
All right. Well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
All in favor? Okay.
I better.
Okay, well, good luck to your boilers.
Mark's yours.
Jeez.
Yeah, go get us some money.
Camera's on.
No.